Hello, dear students. In the previous lecture, we started the carbon and its compound, and these are the main topics that we studied: the carbon versatile nature. Versatile nature means to say, why more compounds? I give you 3-4 reasons like isomerism, catenation, tetravalency. These reasons I have given you. Other topic like carbon, why carbon is forming covalent bonding always. The last topic we did is on the Lewis dot structure. Okay. Now today we will discuss about the allotropes of carbon. Okay. So there are two allotropes. I am clearly explaining you that allotropes and isotopes are the completely different thing. Isotopes depend on the kind of atoms. Okay, but allotropes depends on the naturally available species of that element. Naturally available species. Like in case of the carbon, two exist: diamond and graphite. Mean to say, carbon in naturally existing particularly in two kinds of form: diamond and graphite. I am explain you why it is happening, so that diamond is strong, graphite is soft. We will discuss about these two allotropes a little bit more briefly. That we know that carbon is tetravalent. In case of a diamond, suppose these dots are carbon here. So carbon is forming a geometry which will form the structure of what kind? Tetrahedral. They will form tetrahedral in geometry. Mean to say the all bonds, this carbon, if you talk about 1, 2, 3, and one is above, or you can say below the plane. So these are the 4 bonds, and 4 bonds of equal strength. In this case, diamond case. But in case of graphite, you will see that the carbon form the hexagonal geometry. Carbon will form hexagonal geometry. If you talk about this carbon, this is the 3rd bond particularly, where its 4th bond will go lower. It is connected to this 4th bond to the lower ring, to the lower hexagonal ring. Okay. So in this case, graphite mean to say 3 bonds of same strength, but 1 bond is weak, and you clearly understand that carbon get arranged in 2 different kind of geometry. One is tetrahedral and one is hexagonal. Mean to say carbon is able to arrange himself in 2 kinds of geometry: hexagonal, tetrahedral. That's why 2 allotropes are existing for the carbon. One is diamond, graphite. I am again repeating, all bonds are of same strength. 3 bonds are same strength. 1 bond is weaker in case of the graphite. So that's due to this different kind of geometry and bond formation. Their properties, these properties of these 2 allotropes is entirely get completely different. Like how first thing is geometry. First difference you can tell that it's tetrahedral geometry. It's a difference between the, you can say difference between the allotropes, diamond and graphite. This is tetrahedral geometry. This is hexagonal geometry. This is quite hard. This is soft. High melting boiling point, high melting boiling point, low melting boiling point. And one more thing you must know, that diamond is the highest one element boiling point. Okay. Tungsten is the metal, that is particularly metal, but in whole periodic table, carbon diamond in form of diamond is the highest one melting boiling point in the whole periodic table. Tungsten in only among the metals. Okay. And graphite while have low melting boiling point. This is poor conductor. poor conductor of electricity, or you can say heat. It's a good conductor. Usually non-metals are bad conductors, or you can say insulator, but graphite is exceptional. Carbon is a non-metal, but its graphite allotropes is good conductor of electricity and heat. Usually carbon rods you see in the dry cells are made up of graphite, good conductor of electricity and heat. Okay. This can be, it is hard quiet, so it is used particularly in cutters. Okay. Even rocket particularly going in space, their windows also made up of diamonds. Okay, because they can sustain high temperature due to their high melting boiling point. But this is usually used in graphite rods preparing. Pencil lead is also made up of the graphite particularly. Okay, so these are some differences between allotropes, particularly diamond and graphite, which are existing in nature. These are the natural allotropes, but one is synthetic also, that is known as Buckminster fullerene, after the scientist who formed this allotrope. He arranged the 60 carbon atoms particularly into a single structure. Okay, but nowadays more are possible. Buckminster fullerene particularly did the C60 one, the synthetic allotrope prepared. But today C70 up to C90 are possible today, and they all have the structure you will see in your book like a football. Okay, these are known as buckyballs. This is also the third kind of allotropes, but clearly speaking, this is the synthetic one allotrope made by human. However, carbon itself in naturally exists in two forms, allotropes, that is diamond and graphite. You must know what are the differences between them as well. Okay, next thing we have already studied, but I am repeating again to you that types of hydrocarbon. I have told you that two kind of hydrocarbons are possible, saturated, unsaturated. You very well know that carbon is tetravalent and it forms 4 bonds. So if all 4 bonds of carbon are single bonded with other carbon, that is termed as saturated, like CH4, C2H6. If you will calculate the carbon bonding or draw the structure, all carbons to another carbon you will find singly bonded. Okay. Unsaturated hydrocarbons, in which double bond and triple bond exist between two carbon atoms. Okay, that is your unsaturated, while like a C2H4, C2H2. Okay, these are the different. Now let's discuss the simplest one from the saturated one. Saturated one always have a suffix which is known as ane. The saturated one have ane as a suffix. Now what will be the prefix? It depends on the number of carbon. If carbon is 1, like in CH4, that is meth. So if there was 1 carbon, meth prefix is used. Carbon is 2, like in C2H6, eth. For 3, prop. 4, but. 5, pent. 6, hex. 7, set, or you can say hat. 8, oct. 9, non. 10, deck. Okay, so these are the prefixes, like first carbon, meth, and we write down later ane, ethane, propane. In such manner we will write down saturated hydrocarbon on basis of how much carbon are in them. Okay, like if I write down a single formula C614, so 6 carbon are here, obviously Hex will come. Okay, and if you will draw the structure, you will see that all carbon are singly bonded, that's why they are saturated, and that's why the suffix will be ane, so it's a hexane particle. Saturated hydrocarbons, or you can say particularly alkane, alk word is generally used for all kinds. Okay, so these saturated hydrocarbons generally known as alkanes. Okay, if one carbon we will write down methane, 2 ethane, so general we write down alkane. So general formula for alkane will come out always CnH2n plus 2, mean to say N is what? Number of carbon. Okay, if we write down like a C, carbon are 7, what will be hydrogen? Hydrogen will be double plus 2, mean to say 16 hydrogen. And if you will draw the structure, you will see the all carbon are singly bonded. Okay, so this is for alkane, or you can say saturated series. Now let's talk about unsaturated. You know that unsaturated can have double as well as triple bond. So for double bonded, we always use suffix "ene" and prefix in the same manner. If one carbon, meth, methane, 2 carbon, ethene. However, with one carbon, double bond and triple bond are not possible, so this will not comes out anyway. So ethene, propene, I am writing down the structure. 2 hydrogen are bonded over here. For propane, you will see 3 carbon, but 1 carbon is double bonded. So the hydrogen will come here, 2, 3 bonds are completed. So 1 bonded, so 3 will be the hydrogen. But if you calculate the formula, this comes out C2H4, this will comes out C3H6. Mean to say hydrogen number is exactly double. So that's why the general formula for alkene will comes out CnH2n. Okay, this is for double bonded carbon. What about the triple bond? For triple bond here, like at least 2 carbon at least needed. So the first compound is H, and a general term used is fix is ine. So ethyne for 2 carbon. So this is the triple bond. Only 1 valence is remaining for both carbons. So 1 hydrogen formula will comes out C2H2. If there are 3 carbon, so we will write down propyne. So 1 carbon is triple bonded. 1 valence is left, 1 hydrogen. All 4 valency of carbon this completed. So here will also, but this carbon is single bonded, so 3 hydrogen. So the formula will come out C3 hydrogen comes out 4. Okay, so if you go for the general formula for ines, or you can say alkynes, the formula will comes out CnH2n minus 2. So these are the general formula for alkyne, alkene and your alkane. Okay, these are the general formula. So far this is your saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbon. I am clearly defining you that hydrocarbon is different than some manner with the organic chemistry, organic compounds, because hydrocarbon are those which contains only carbon and hydrogen, no other atom present in hydrocarbons. Okay, so today you will homework will first thing read up to the topic. Second thing, sort out 20 short question answers in your rough notebook. Thank you.